Hello, so this is just my weekly journal. So I started this at the start of 2026. So this is week 13 of the year. So that was beginning 23rd of March. And that was my last week of school before the Easter holidays. So just a rough summary, I guess. So Monday, I have in my notes, I started off with tweaking. Because I thought I'd have a presentation or two presentations, and I don't think I remember quite the context, but I just went to bed really late, and I took some really fucking stupid photos of myself, and I could see my eyes. My eyes were just getting really bad bags under the eyes. Uh, that's not too bad. hmm And then some reason downstairs I was fucking trying to hit a Willem Dafoe face. So I was tweaking over something I can't remember. But then also check the notes. That morning, so like 3 a.m. or whatever, I translated two of the Instagram statuses of this girl I know who I think has a crush on me. I'm not too sure. Still haven't made much of a thing, but I think so. And they were both quite promising, I guess. Those two were specifically something about um what was I have them open actually. This one translated as, "Does anyone understand how awesome it is to be called sister-in-law by his bros when crush becomes BF?" And the other one was about someone teaching her maths, and I have, I've told her I'm good at maths at that point, and she said she was bad, and since then I have helped her a bit. But yeah. Okay, so this is where it starts to get questionable. In the morning, I felt unwell. I had stomach cramps, and I kind of had a bad stool or whatever. But I mean, I hit it with that "fuck it, we ball" mentality, and bought myself a sandwich from the cafe in the morning, whatever. And I kind of felt fine, honestly. I just moved. Also, there was a vocab test in class with the annoying teacher. That was fine. And then after that, this is a fun one. I went on a side quest with a friend because it was either that day or the next day, but the next day I have squash, so she needed to buy a bottle of Bailey's, because basically her parents had gotten a bottle as a gift, and then she over the holidays has been like, "Oh, you know what? They're not going to notice. I'm going to have some of that. Let me sip, let me drink," and then ended up having almost all of it. Then she'd heard recently her parents are saying, "Oh, where's that Bailey's? We should have that soon." But the bottle was empty, obviously, even though her parents knew they hadn't opened it. So she needed to buy another bottle to replace it. She's not over 18 yet. Her birthday's in like 3 weeks or something. So I bought it for her. She paid me back though, so it works. Um, but that was a side quest. And that was kind of fun though. We were just chatting. I did turn off my location because I knew I'd be home later than normal. So then, well, So then my parents, when I got home, they were talking to me and they were like, "Oh, where were you? Where were you?" And they said, "Oh, no, no, they didn't say that. They said, 'Oh, it's fine, it's fine. We know you have a girlfriend or whatever,' even though I don't." But that was kind of funny. Like, I really don't, but yeah. Uh, well, then the next day, I kind of felt unwell in the morning, but also realized there's not much point in going in because I don't have any important lessons. It would mostly be draining for me, so I just stayed at home. I thought I'd do a bunch of work. I kind of fucking didn't, though. The girl who I mentioned asked for help with maths that day. That was unprovoked, and then I did do that eventually, although I did that the next day actually. But yeah, and I had squash training that afternoon. That was quite fun. When I came back, I was looking in the mirror and I hadn't completely changed out of my kit, and I really liked the way I look. I don't know really how to um, say that in a accurate sense, but I just thought I looked attractive almost. Like, I'm not that well built or anything, but I just looked decent in the. I don't really know. I'm yapping. Also, very big thing. The Chainsaw Man, the final chapter. That was that week. That was that Tuesday. So I read that. I had been convinced that part three was going to be a thing. And then it said the end at the end of 223 or 222 or whatever it is, 232. Um, so I was just like, oh. But like, you know, a good chapter. Fair enough, fair enough. Wednesday, I have talked about on this channel in 2 videos. That was the day where I kind of just I felt like shit, right? I made a video about that and a follow up giving the context. So morning class presentation which went ass because I was prepared, but then I got asked a question which I wasn't prepared, and I could have just said, "Oh, I don't know," but they kind of made me do it, and I was like, "Well, fuck me." Um, oh yeah, weather, and then I just kind of at some point just could tell that I felt bad and I could feel like shit and I didn't know what to do. But because I didn't know what to do, I tried to talk to my friend to help me feel better. But I mean, while talking to him, enjoyed it and like mine was distracted, so no troubling thoughts. But then I got home and I just like, uh, I just lied on the floor elsewhere for like an hour or two. I discussed that plenty though. Then I had the next day was kind of chill. It was really nice weather. It was windy but really sunny. So in the lunch, I did quickly some work in the like what we call the court. So like a garden kind of thing, not really a garden, whatever. I've showed pictures roughly. Do I have any good pictures on? But yeah, that was really nice. And then also I had a math presentation which I kind of locked in on, and I found some questions, made a little pack, and I provided my work at the end. That was fun, I guess. Nothing major. An underlying theme I had throughout this time is that week and the week before, I've been thinking about sending a message on like the group chat roughly, saying, "Oh yeah, who else loves the fact that we have about 3, 4 more weeks of school?" And then I kind of just didn't. Right? Like I kind of didn't because I kept procrastinating it. But basically, after this holiday, I only have like 2 more weeks of school, and then it's study leave, what we call, because I have exams. But then I'm pretty much done with school. And in the back of my mind, I was keeping that as a counter. Oh, only 5 more weeks of school, 4 more weeks of school. And what I found interesting is it's not, oh, 3 more weeks of school until something, right? Until the holidays, until this exam or whatever. 3 more weeks of school, final. So I really had that countdown. But I did say it to a few friends here and there, but I didn't actually like send the message because my procrastination is incredible. Um, Let me just check my parents don't exist yet. Yeah. Friday, that was like an interesting-ish day. So my school we do half days. Mufti, that was quite fun. Um, what I realized is last time there was come into in your own clothes. I wore clothes trying to like look presentable or whatever. I don't really remember, but wasn't really clothes that like these clothes and they're comfortable, therefore I'll wear them. So that day I just wore clothes that I like. I random ass jeans, I think the grey ones, and my fucking beloved Kafune hoodie. I just have this on the chair because I'm. Oh, that looks so bad on camera. But this hoodie, it's amazing. Really comfy nice on the inside. And it's like a nice black. I don't know how well you can tell in this lighting, but it's a good dark black. Only thing is getting a bunch of dirt on it or whatever. But oh my god, I like it. Also, it looks really nice. The print, in my opinion. I need to find out what the alive online means. Okay, so let me just show this. Kafune, wait, yeah. Kafune, name of the band. By reality, that is the most recent album, which is when I bought it. Alive online and Hi-Fi Low Life, I don't actually know. Maybe something to do with the tour, I don't know, but yeah. But then, because it's half days, right? People generally do stuff and have doing interesting stuff. I hadn't talked to people, I hadn't planned something. Turned out a friend was doing something with a couple of other people. I wasn't really invited to that. Um, how much in depth do I want to go? I've been yapping a bit already. But basically, I'd been walking with some friends, and they were the people who were going to that friend's house to do what they were calling poker night, or no, Jenga night. It was actually Jenga, and I have photos. They took photos. It sounded really fun, and also alcohol. But so I was with them. Then I went on my own to get lunch. I thought they'd still be back outside the place we were at, but they weren't. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll just go home, I guess. Then as I was no, okay, fuck this. Okay, I could give the accurate story of what happened. I don't know if I'm bothered. So it runs through like so. I'm coming back with some friends. These two friends, um, I haven't thought of names to give my friends so I can say their names instead of just saying, oh, this one, that one. Just let's just say for now, D and S. These two have their own friend group and they're talking and they're like, oh, we're going to play board games. And they were talking about looking board games. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. Board games, awesome source. Maybe I could join. And they said, you know what? We can ask the host, like, who I'd never met. And she was really nice. And it turned out that she said yes, that I could turn up. While we were walking through the station, I saw my friend, the one who owed me the money for the Baileys, because she hadn't paid me back. So I just walked up to her and yelled her name and was like, pay up, give me my money. That was really funny because she was with her friends, a decent amount who I roughly know. But then that was just really funny. I just appeared, yelled at her, pay up. She gave me my money, and then we went our ways. Although I realised in hindsight, I probably looked more intimidating than I am because I was wearing that black hoodie, black jeans, and a really battered North Face jacket. So, meh. Um, Shenanigans of just chatting with the people who were going to Zed's. Yeah, let's call him Zed. Zed's house. Oh, and then I was on the train with them just talking because my train home is the same direction, like the tube. Sorry, it's not like the train, same direction as his house. So I was on the same train to talk to them. I got off the station, but I wasn't invited, so I didn't know if I should really come. And I asked the guy, like, that was mildly annoying. But then I realized, okay, so if I go home, I'm just gonna fucking spiral because I've been here before and done a very similar thing of just feeling like shit and like, oh, I'm excluded, oh no, boo hoo, and then just feeling bad. So I will take the opportunity that I get, went to that friend's house who I hadn't been to, who D and S had invited me to, and I just turned up, and that was really chill. Kind of like I didn't know they had. Okay, there was those two who I knew, then like 4 or 5 other people who I never met, but like they were all really nice. They just like I kind of fitted in with the group somewhat. Got home, and honestly, that was not even a bad day because even though I was in a situation where I could have spiraled, I didn't. That's so awesome of me. And then I was just with people, and then I went. Oh, before I went home, I kind of just walked around the city because why the fuck not? I enjoyed it, and I think I realized that for uni, I do want to go to a uni not in the city because basically I've got too many vaguely rough memories attached to very minor things. But yeah, what do I have any good photos? Probably not. Yeah. Yeah, nothing. That's the majority of the week. I got home on Friday and then I saw um oh yeah, I saw that I got an email from from one of the 5 universities, the only university I hadn't heard back from yet. And so I was expecting to not get in because I did bad on the test that I needed to do well on for that specific uni. But the website for which you check uni stuff, was down over the weekend, so I couldn't fucking check. That was really fucking annoying. Like I could kind of through other email I'd gotten, but I couldn't really check properly. If I'd checked in the morning, I would have been able to see, but the website went down from 6 p.m. Friday till 6 p.m. Sunday. So I got home at like 8, 9 p.m. So I wouldn't have been able to. But it wasn't that deep. I kind of was fine with it. Next day, I got an email from the uni itself directly, and I knew that the email would probably have a result in there. But I only checked that in the evening instead of checking it in the morning because I didn't want to have the day ruined. I didn't get in, but like to be honest, I kind of got the result for that test in November, and from then I accepted. Oh, okay, I'm not getting in. So I really didn't deep it that much. I was kind of not surprised in the slightest. Um, Over the weekend, I don't remember anything major, but like yeah, the squash was fun. The main things about this week is the last week of school before the holidays. So first of all, holidays means that I should lock the fuck in because I have exams soon, and I'm not where I need to be in terms of preparation, but also very little time in school left, and that is something I was aware of during that thing. I had a countdown in the back of my head. But nonetheless, I enjoyed it, and I mean, not a bad week. Oh, and yeah, nice weather as well. There was also a walk. I realized like the last day of term was nowhere near as nice as it was last year. Okay, like that Friday last year was better than that Friday this year, and I might make a brief video about the idea of perfection or perfect moment, because I'd been aware of the flowers and stuff, but yeah, there's not much else honestly. That last Friday was really nice. That week was fine. Chatting with friends, shenanigans. There's not much more. Uh, yeah, pretty much. That would week 13, I believe. Yep, week 13. So I'm a bit behind, but I will catch up on recording videos. See you around. Bye. Thanks for watching. See ya.